Alright guys, we're back with another episode for Road to 5 stars. So this is the second part. Obviously, we're going to continue where we last left off with this character and the M4. Cause last episode you finished getting the primary weapon that we're going to be using, just the M4 with the ACOG. And yeah, nothing really much to say. We're just going to continue off where we last left off. So objective here today is to get to our first star. We're halfway there to the first one, and after that, our next objective is to try to get the PVS 14, which is so we can have a way to use NVGs during the night. Obviously, using NVGs during the night is going to be hard because we won't have laser sight, so we're going to need to work towards the rail drop-in. So we're going to work towards the rail drop-in plus the a regular red laser. It doesn't have to be IR, but a regular laser would do. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Let's jump right in. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I personally like so enjoying doing this type of stuff, especially making a new account and just working with my way back up. Cause it's nice to have that freedom and knowing what you need to prioritize. Cause at the point where I'm at platinum rate, I just kind of finished everything. All I'm kind of doing is just farming for the AS Val, which is quite expensive. So I'm doing I'm doing some grinding on that. Obviously, it's not on a private server. I'm doing a public server. You guys do can sometimes see me occasionally in this game if you guys know where to look. But either way, we're my plan for today is to try to make it towards desert if it's open, because desert's a really good spot because that's the helicopter spawn, and the helicopter spawn can get us a lot of money, and we normally it's pretty easy for me to clear out. So okay, it's nighttime. Let's look. Obviously, public server like always. Okay, looks like night's gonna end really soon, so it's just perfect timing. Perfect timing. I will grab dressings because it's just like $10, but the budget I have right now, I don't really want to spend on it. So for now, we're just gonna rock just bandages. First things first, I'm gonna grab the Jeep. We're gonna go check out. So if we can get over here, Jeep's a little hard to drive, so don't drive it a lot. But we're gonna go check out the desert area over here. If not, our next specs option is going to be the village over there, the forest village. It's gonna be a little hard for me to drive. Oh. It's gonna be a little hard for me to drive. Jeep is a little hard to drive, so especially when you're trying to drive really fast. Oh no. Oh no. Flip. Auto flip. There we go. Okay, they're doing Ronograd, so that actually is a good thing for us because technically we're not kitted out to deal with Ronograd. That's why I'm not going there, and because we're gonna have trouble there. So and then I'm gonna benefit from just being here alone. So, you can tell in chat they're all fighting over there, so I don't need to worry about it. So that ramp. Like always, actually, the one thing I never did last episode is to explain where the enemy placement on this map is. So generally, there's like a few guys on top of this. It takes a while for them to spawn, but unless someone's here, but there. Is that a player or baddie? Let me see. Okay, no, okay, this is the truck. So I think there's a dude up there. I don't think they see him yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick these guys off from a distance. Because if you get the chance to pick these guys off from a distance, take it. Because the AI has a certain distance where they can attack you. And so obviously attacking them from a distance is good. As you saw from the ACOG, ACOG is very useful for fighting these guys. Like I always say, try to prioritize. It's on top smoke, but you want to try to prioritize fighting these guys from a distance. Avoid At most, of you want to like avoid fighting in close quarters as much as possible. But obviously, there's situations where you can't do that. So okay, dudes are fighting over there. So I'm gonna go over here and help fight these guys. Reload. Get these guys in the back first. I'm gonna have the wall to my left as cover. Yep. So this guy took them all out. So okay, there's only one other dude there. He's using the scar. So I'm gonna reload while we're running. Like I said in the last episode, running without your gun is faster than just holding it. A lot of people do it. And I can understand from like a roleplay perspective, but we're not trying to do any role playing. We just want efficiency. So running without your gun is a lot faster than just holding it. Some people role play in the chat. Don't worry about that. Also, I should also say this too. I'm gonna try my best to avoid role playing, but if someone wants like kind of do it, of course I'll kind of do it. But the general purpose of this series is just to work our way towards 5-star. And if you guys want to see me like do role playing, then of course I'll do it on my platinum ring account because it has all the cosmetics and stuff. So yeah, there's the helicopter. I'm gonna. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I'm fine here. I'll share this with them. So okay, we technically got enough for the the rails, but I want to try to get a little extra cash for the laser sight. For the laser sight. So for the no, not that, the peg light. Yeah, the peg. And because once I got that, I can just start worrying, because generally XP will just come over time, and generally you won't really notice it. And once we got that, I'll need to bank up some money for the NVGs. I don't remember how much they cost. So once we get there, that, you know, where's this dude going? I think he reset it outside, but either way. Also, I will be changing out this uniform as well. Reload quickly. They're gonna be coming through here. Down sights. Sniper. Okay, so I'm not gonna win that fight. I forgot there was a sniper up there. So they're gonna be coming in, so we where you hear from. To the head. Unless you're on ammo, so this way. And don't peek out because the sniper is up there. So reload quickly. Go prone so you can get his leg. There you go. Get his legs. Heal up. You got the bodies protecting you. If the enemy is reloading, take that to your advantage. Use that to your advantage if the enemy's reloading. You can tell by their hand movements, so because your character does it, the enemy does it too. No, always refill. That's kind of the key thing about when farming that a lot of players don't know, is that you gotta make sure you're always topped off on everything, all your guns, all your meds too, and to also be prepared and have the right equipment for the job. Unless you're role playing, then that's something else. But if you're like serious about like doing some real grinding, you gotta get some like 15 rounds to like 100 round drum mags and stuff. That's normally the best. I think normally that's my way of farming, is to get like the big 75s, 100 round mags, and just camp out in the area and just you know, farm up XP and stuff. That's generally the way that you want to go. But I think that'll be boring for you guys to see that, so I'll do a little bit different. and to make it a little more interesting and not use the drum. Occasionally I'll equip it once in a while, but you know. Okay, here's the truck. So trick for the trucks is let them stop and let all the dudes get out first. Okay, don't worry about the ones on the left. You worry the ones on the right. You position yourself up close. And also make sure you don't get yourself shot right here. Don't worry, because we have to. Always take them off where they can. So you gotta be careful on the right. So always there's one more, but we can kill this guy. We don't need to heal because we'll be fine. Well, we can heal a little bit. So take advantage of the speed feature. It really helps. The trick for the pistol is to aim for the head, but I aim for his legs. But you want to generally aim for the heads. That's where the most damage output will go towards. You want that head. If these guys aren't facing us, we can just shoot them in the back. Next is the helicopter, but I think someone's coming in. Unless that dude dropped out of the helicopter. Also, I'm gonna explain something for the badge, for the Quiet Before the Storm badge or whatever it's called. To actually get it, you have to. There's a dude coming in. To get that badge, you gotta fly up really high. Like you gotta fly up really high into the air. You gotta have a helicopter for this, or you can have a buddy to do it, obviously. And you just gotta fly really high, like really high up into the air. Then you just gotta jump out, and you gotta go into like the free dive. And after that, you just wait a little while, and then some music will start playing. Then after the music plays, and you'll essentially get the badge, as long as you don't reset in midair. So, yeah, we're close to getting the 10,000 for our first star. So, there's helicopter shot coming. So, I'm to take the front of the head. Oh yeah, see. That's why you don't fly the helicopter close. So, generally to exploit this, you want to try to exploit the hitbox of it. Just peek out just a little bit. You only need like a little bit of the Some people don't know that. If he faces the direction, just bait him over. But it doesn't look like he sees us from this angle, so we can just freely shoot. Aim for the cockpit. It was that dude's spot. Don't worry about it. If he would have just jumped out quickly, then he wouldn't have to deal with that. But now he doesn't have a helicopter. See? A little buggy. Okay, so we're topped up in health. You're gonna ignore that. Like I said, not a lot of people will ask for backup. Well, then I don't like to ask for it, because if you die, you just die, just reset. Or you have like someone nearby, you can just wait for them to pick you up. But generally, if someone calls for backup or requires like an extract, if you have like if there's someone out there nice enough, then yeah. Or you just want to be nice to them and pick them up, you can. But generally, expect the general expectations for extracts and stuff like that in this game is that no one's gonna come for you. So if you go somewhere, you gotta have like a ride out, or you just gotta reset and come back. That's that. I know it's a harsh reality to this game, but you know, people are farming, because not everyone's role playing this game. Some people is farming like us, and we can't, because if we take because then the idea is that we take our time to farm away from farming. So run behind here, because this dude's coming right here. Okay. So we're gonna reset. The sniper got us, but technically we got enough money for the rails, and we technically need to get the laser sight. So also another thing I need to show players to do, because I think I've encountered this problem again when I was playing my platinum account, well, off camera of course, but a lot of players don't know how to access your armory to buy weapons and stuff. To buy it, you go to this right here, this gun symbol, which is the menu, and it goes to the menu to create loadout. So it's right here. You spawn over here, you walk over here, and this is where the equipment stuff. It's right here for anyone who doesn't know. And you want to buy guns, you go to your loadout, you go click any of these sections, and you can buy stuff. So technically, what you want to get is to get the cheaper rail drop-in. Generally, this would be smart to get the tri-arms drop-in because it doesn't have the front rail, it doesn't have the front sight, but we're trying to go for cheap because we need to make sure we have enough money for the laser sight. And we want the red laser sight. And because since we have extra money, let's buy the vertical grip as well. Because why not? And since I got a little cash, I guess I can remove that. Let's go for the cheaper one. There, you don't have to see the ugly fixed stock now. So those looking like more of a proper gun. So obviously you got some extra cash, and I guess I could buy Vez. Just so you guys don't stare at me. I want a cheaper Vez. The Tactec. This will work fine. There. And the rest of the money we'll save for the NVGs. I might as well change up the cosmetics a little bit, so make it look nicer for you guys to see. Obviously, you didn't really need to buy those, and the smart option would just be save it, but obviously, it gets a little tiring just watching the same thing the whole time. Since we got some extra cash, spring dressing. As a low player, I think this is, for any low players, I think it's number one priority to farm for any new players. That's like the first instinct you should do. I would say for anyone, it's kind of like an escape from Tarkov in the sense that you can't really do much if you don't actually get the job done. Like you can't get a lot of the good stuff if you don't do the good farming and like loot and stuff. It's kind of the same thing for Black Hawk Rescue Mission. You need to do the farming. You need to get the XP and money to get the good stuff. You need to get stars to get access to more of the that cool role-playing equipment. And once you get that, you can technically do whatever you want. Obviously, it's a lot of people. Some people don't like that, and some people might say the grinding is a little bad. And I think I see their opinions valid in that. But if you have the commitment to do it, then I say you should do it. That's kind of how I got my platinum ring, because I had the commitment. I was committed to actually wanting to get it. So just a little encouragement if you want to get 5 stars or you just want to get a lot of good stuff in this game, is to just have the commitment to do it and the time to do it too. That's also important. Obviously, we're going to go back to the desert again. The reason why I buy the lasers is to help us with the aiming. Because when you aim down sights in your NVGs, you're going to be aiming down with your laser. There's a helicopter here. I'm going to assume it's clear. Let's see the green light. It's a helicopter getting. Nope. Okay, this is wait. Okay, since I already got some people here, I'm gonna hide in this corner. Good spot. Don't peek out unless they haven't come here yet. So. Don't peek out and just hide. There they are. So. Turn the laser, but don't toss a grenade. Load, because this thing is a lot of ammo. Load. I got a buddy right here to help, so a little faster. For sure these guys don't melee you too, because the melee actually really hurts. The other day I actually got smacked, but it didn't kill me, but it did a lot of damage. Reload. Yeah, ammo's gonna run out, so we're just gonna hold out for a little bit longer. Then after that, we're gonna shift towards village next. Since we actually are a little bit more kitted out for this. So our character doesn't look too mundane. But we need to get to the we need to hit our 10K mark. Next one should be the helicopter, so we can get some XP and money from that. After that, then I'll get resupplied and head out. Now there's the walking bug. Yeah, that's another bug. They need to fix this walking bug. It's not like too game breaking, but it gets a little annoying. Cause the game thinks you're getting this over. It may be a little mean, but you gotta capitalize the chance that you can get as much XP as you can. It's a little mean, but you gotta do what you need to do to get what you need. Generally, you want to aim for the glass. That's where you do the damage, or you can try to shoot them through here. But so we want to bait them. Well, bait him. Okay. Is he still alive? Nope, he's dead. Okay, since we got that, we got some nice cash from it, so we're actually gonna move. So, okay. Next thing is to get out here because we need to reset this place. The ammo's out, so doesn't have the ammo source as the mountain. So that's a mountain base. So we're gonna just drive out. The reason why I'm not resetting because I don't want to waste my $10 on the dressing, which is because I'm trying to be a little conservative in the money. Because there's a lot of stuff we need to buy, and I just don't want to waste that $10, which could really help. Okay. Generally, idea you just don't want to fall into the ditch. Don't want to fall in the ditch. If you're flipped, just wait a little bit. Since I got out, I think that place should have reset for those guys to clear it. So now we're gonna head towards the village next because there's some people heading over the desert, and I don't think I'm gonna capitalize too much on it. So we're gonna go over here. Since we are a little kitted out, we could take on the jeeps, so which is what I think I might try to do. Since we have an ACOG site and everything, so should be easier. Oh, actually, the thing I was gonna say earlier is as enemy placement, but since there was people there, I couldn't really explain it. But I'll explain it for village and the enemy placement. And that's the one thing I didn't explain. Let's get out. Jeep's being wonky. We just run up the hill. So the general placement in the village is that you gotta know if the enemy is gonna move away. So for example, if you're going to let's say mountain over here. If we shoot one of the enemies, or depending if they're fixed, they will run to like a certain location and they'll stay there. So it's kind of important to know that. This is the same thing for village over here. Let's see, looks like someone's been here. So I see a dead body. Is that not? No one's been here. Okay, very good. So this is why you need an ACOG, so you can see. So it's alright if you don't kill them. You just want them to move to a certain fixed location. Especially for these moving guys, you can just hit them. If you hit them, they can stay. If possible, aim for the head because we have the ACOG. Just want to run in there, so we want to aim for the head. Possible, get them out. I'm on single fire too because this is long range. You don't want to be spraying out long range distance, wasting ammo. You can try to take them out in the open with your shots, but he's gonna miss. Alright. It's alright. As long as, because we know the location they're gonna be fixed, so. Leading your shots also take some skill. Oh, got him with the leading shot. Leading your shot does also take a little skill, but you'll get how to lead. The bullet in this game has bullet travel, so it's projectile based, so it's not hit scan. So what I'm going to do with them different than last time, because since we got an ACOG, we can take these guys out of range, so we don't need to actually technically need to get down there. If possible, we can pick them off, see, from here. Normally I won't be able to hit them, because... so we hit the head. So generally you want to hit everyone so they can get them inside to like a building. Then we'll take him out from inside, then we'll move back out to snipe these guys away. Oh, sorry for the sound bug. That sound bug's annoying. So we're gonna reload. We're gonna move around the mountain over here. The reason why I'm not taking the close quarters fight because it's gonna be a little tough, and because especially since I know that there's gonna be reinforcement, which is also that this game also is a little bit map knowledge, knowing where the enemy's gonna go. Technically, we know there's a few guys. We know there's a few guys in these buildings over here, but we don't want to take out the guys in the open first before we move in. And then after we take those guys out, we'll move out and we take these guys out from a range because the jeep's gonna come in. So if my calculations are correct, there should be a dude down here. If not, then we can move in. But generally, I want to try to avoid it. If you want efficiency, you want to try to avoid the close quarters fighting. It may not be fun, but if you're trying to look for like farming, then this is your best bet. This has been a while since I've been to the village, so my enemy places may be a little foggy. Yeah, that's a baddie right here. So, I was looking for this dude actually. Okay, got him in the head. Okay, so I want to work my way over here because I don't want to try to fight these guys over here. Because I have the mountains, so I can just run towards the mountains if I need to. So of course we know there's a guy inside these buildings, so we're gonna carefully walk up to him, run up to him, and just take quick peeks. Yeah, see? Like I said, make sure you're following full auto. I made that mistake. You could turn your laser, but your laser's gonna turn off once you put it back. Okay, it's getting nighttime. One of the things they do need to actually, I wish they could do better is the flashlights, make them more viable. I just don't think they do a too good job on the flashlights. So, obviously we have glass, because technically the glass counts as a like a solid material, like a wall. So technically these guys can't see you through the glass, which I think is pretty funny. So use that to your advantage as well. So you peek through glass. Don't be scared to peek through glass because they can't shoot you. Unless you are sticking like an arm or one of your body parts out, like your hitbox out, they will see that. Also, don't forget to get these guys. It might not be a lot of cash, but these guys can give you $10, which is basically a dressing, so be careful. You want to use this. Okay, so we can sneak up right behind him and shoot him. You will know. Okay. Now, what we want to do is run back and pick these guys off from a distance. Technically, we're here for mostly XP, because we don't know how much the NVGs cost, and we need to get to our first star. So getting to it is very important. NVG, because once we get NVGs, it's going to make finding these night areas so much easier, especially when clearing out. Obviously, you could turn up your gamma a lot, which is what my brother suggested, but which is I think is pretty smart. But I want to kind of use the in-game stuff, you know. So now we're up here. It's going to be a little hard to see. Angle fire, but that's why we have the ACOG. So these guys are dressed in red, so you can see these guys pretty far from distance. A lot of people don't know the difference, but these guys are actually a lot more stronger than their normal ones, which is why these guys take so much bullets. These red guys are a lot stronger than the brown guys. That's kind of how I differentiate them. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, but you guys know what I mean. They're both different. Monograd. So that is good. So after this, we're going to head towards desert, because that's going to draw a lot of attention. There's another baddie. Be also be aware of items blocking your way when shooting. I'm a little too high. Oh. Whoa. Okay, that's the reinforcements. That's why you want to get dressing. Okay, I see right here. Is this over here? So if you can't see, because Skulls is going to be hard to see him in the dark, so we're just going to let him settle. Don't try to find him. I should also say this: is try to fight them on your turns, like where you can see them, but they can't see you. So generally, sometimes you need to wait. Sometimes you need to take cover and reload. You know, do what you need to do so you can get the upper hand. Don't fight them on their terms or on equal grounds. You want to get the upper on the advantage. So obviously, really in our vision focus and try to figure out where these guys are. Okay, he's over here. I can't see him through the bush. Muzzle flash. Yeah, saw him through the muzzle flash. Heal up. Don't waste dressing on like a small bit of health. Use your bandages instead, because you want to save your dressing. Since we dealt with that. There they are, I see them. I was looking for the red. Aim for the head. Because these guys are weak against headshots. Don't go for the body shot. Take more shots. Body. Just want to aim a little bit higher. Trying to see. Also, you don't really. Yeah, right here. See? It's a little hard to see, but you get used to it. Tag them. There he is. Okay, some guys patrolling around. So we got one of them. They changed the reinforcement. I'm not. I don't think it's been a while since I've farm village, so obviously it's gonna be a little messy. I forgot that one of their waves they parachute down. Laser sight doesn't help too much in long range, which is why I have it off. Because technically you have bullet drop. So if you're firing from a distance, you want to aim a little higher than usual. There's one. Like I said, you know if they're gone, they disappear. Just take your time and pick them all off individually. We're close, so we're 5,000 more XP. Yep. 500 more XP, I mean. So technically, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna reset. And we're gonna go fight the chopper, because that will give us 200 XP. Yeah. And if we just do a few of those, we're gonna get our first star, so. And while I'm here, I might as well change uniforms because I don't want to see this uniform too much. So we're just gonna change uniforms really quick, which is we're gonna go for the black PMC, very cheap, universal, and it makes sense. There. Obviously, we could buy some goggles or gas mask. According to my brother, one of their friends said to advise getting the gas mask. I don't recommend it. I mean, this is just cosmetics. Cosmetics should be the last thing you should worry about. Get the essentials. I mean, you could get contacts, but those things are expensive. So you could also don't forget to. Forgot you. Oh, they know you can get this. Oh, I thought you got to buy the 20 rounds, but obviously those aren't too important. The pistol should be the last thing you should need to worry about. But if you want to have like a stronger pistol, you can buy it. But generally, the base pistol is usually good. If you want damage, you can get the Deagle, but I prefer the Browning. Obviously, there's also the Makarov. So since we're just going to be at desert for a while, we don't need to get we don't need to waste the $10 on the dressing. Even though it is pretty cheap, but I want to try to save every money buck I got. Okay, so generally don't stand right next to people when getting vehicles, because they're going to think you're going to try to jump in. Or you can prevent them from jumping in. Also, a nice thing you can do is to make sure these are up. Some people like to put them down. And one of the things that I don't, which is I think is pretty annoying, is people playing as the, as you can say, it does the gate guard, and it's pretty annoying when people roleplay as that. Especially new players, they think it's cool, but generally it's not really fun, because you're just blocking and holding up traffic, because it's actually a pretty highly contested, this area is pretty highly contested when moving around. Especially when people are trying to farm, you can piss off some people, and you don't want to do that. It might be funny, but to be honest, especially for a new player, you won't get anywhere if you just troll like that. You want to try to focus on what's important. Gate guards normally isn't fun. It's not. It's actually pretty much boring because all you're doing is just standing there doing nothing. So I don't really understand how you're gonna get enjoyment out of doing that. I think someone followed me behind me, but I'm gonna hit this ramp right here because I want to. Oh, missed it. Don't worry. Let's turn around. So we need to make sure if anyone's here. So we need to check the roof. Do you see anything spawn on the roof? Yep, there's baddies. So what we're gonna do is back up a little bit. Don't rush in. Take them from a distance because you can get these guys, the roof guys, on the distance. And generally, you just want to oh, okay, I'm actually not gonna shoot the RPG guy just to teach that dude a lesson. Unless it sees him, but okay. There's the sniper. I want to get him away. I'm actually gonna leave the RPG guy up there, so you can hit the dude down there. And no, it sounds mean, but players needs to know when you need to take it slow or not. Cause these AIs is not forgiving. These guys don't stop shooting. They do reload, but these guys aren't really nice. Oh, this is a big bullet drop right here. Like I said, you gotta compensate. Might get stuck. Yep. Doing the back. Hit the sniper. This dude. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we took out the few guys on top. So obviously those are going to give a little XP, but what we're looking for is the helicopter, so we can get the 200 XP. Let me check really quick something. Alright. Just something really quick. It's important that I make sure everything's going right, because if I accidentally record without, if I actually play this game without actually recording, I'm going to be at fault. And it's not going to be cool for you guys, so I'm trying to make it fair. I think this dude's already inside, so he can do the clearing out. I'm assuming you took out the dudes outside, so I'm going to go inside. It sounds like an AK. Okay, he's shooting his pistol, he's inside. Yep, he made it inside. Oh, he shot a civilian. Okay, this dude's clearing bottom floor, so he can do that. I'm actually gonna go to second floor. Lotto. Check these corners. Get the civilian out here. This dude can clear that floor and go top. It's clear. Top floor is cleared. This guy did a good job clearing. If someone is clearing, don't this guy needs to let me group the AI out. Here. Okay. Once you hear that, that means you cleared it. You see the bodies disappear. I'm gonna go down here quickly. That was a civilian fault. I just shot a civilian in an accident. Sorry, guys. Also, use bodies to your advantage. This AI is being annoying. I actually killed that civilian in an accident because he got in the way. Okay, we got first star. So technically, I need to go get. So what's this guy saying? I'm not really paying attention to it. Guess heal up. I'm so happy. All right. Well, I got my first star. So now we can get the NVGs. But I want to try to get the helicopter fight first so we can have that crash when we go in. I want to be safe, make sure we got the cash to get the NVGs. And after we get that, and generally we're kind of set, but I want to try to get the 50 round mags after that. 50 round mags for camping is helpful. It's nice. And it doesn't, compared to the 100 rounds and the 75 rounds, you don't have that bad of a mobility hit. Doesn't hit your mobility that bad. Oh, you're hearing that bug. I'm just camping right here. That's a helicopter. This dude better not be right behind me, because if he is, he's gonna mess me up. I'm gonna get at least one helicopter fire into it. There we go. Okay. Wait, we'll always wait a little bit so we can get so it registers. Now reset because it's faster. We reset because it's faster. He's trying to revive me, but I don't really want to be revived because I'm trying to reset. So we got the extra cash. So let's go see how much the NVGs cost. The PVS-14s. Go in here. Go and load out helmet. Okay, we got enough, so we're gonna purchase it immediately. So now we have a got first start. We got first NVGs. So now we have a chance to actually fight during night fights. Obviously, it's not really good in VGs because it's not gonna it's gonna be covering one eye instead of the two eyes. So our vision might be a little bit down, but it's better than not having the VGs, I would say. So what we need to get next, well, we need to get the 50 round Stenag mags, not the plastic mags. Plastic mags just only for role playing. So we're gonna work towards that next. What we're doing is because we're trying to farm, so we want to get that. And because we have extra money, we'll get the. Yeah, let's get the backpack. There's only 50 bucks, so just just pimping out our character a little bit. No, we're not gonna waste any more money. We want to save money for the now we got NVGs. Obviously, as you can see, it covers only one eye, so that's why the whole part of the left side is kind of blotted out, because it was one-eyed. So technically, I would say we could try to take on Ronograd, but I don't think it's not the loadout that I would preferably use, because this thing has, the M4 has a lot of drop, so. And we also unlock the Humvee, which is a lot nicer. Now people can see what I'm trying to do. Go to 5 stars. It's not as fast as a Jeep, but it's more armored. So technically you're trying to drive into something, this thing can technically protect you. We're gonna go back to desert. The reason, so obviously our main focus is trying to get this 50 round Stenag mag, which is my next priority. Then after that, I need to kind of look over what we kind of need next. That's kind of another priority. Which I think we can't really do anything until we get 2 stars, because once we get 2 stars, we can technically start doing mountain runs. Like we can start doing like keep raiding mountain for the $500 bags, or I think they're $300 bags, but it's a lot of money. So even though the dude's over here, I'm just gonna make sure. Yep, see, they spawned in. Saw 'em. So what we're gonna do is see if we can hit him from right here. Make sure you stop too, completely. Don't sit in it. Go single fire and you want to hit this one. So apparently I think this guy got stuck last time. And yeah, he gets stuck, and if I shoot him, he gets stuck, and if I shoot him, he gets stuck. There we go. That's everyone from the top, so they all get stuck. So what we can technically do now is pick them off. So we want to hit the farthest in the back, because we don't want to mess up the lineup. That was a lot of drop. Okay, they went inside, but that's fine. There we go, so let's see a head right here. Let's get that. Obviously, they also there's a baddie over here too. Let me see if I can get him. We're gonna wait a little bit. He'll appear, don't worry. Oh, sorry for that. That is my brother's Discord. He leaves it on sometimes. I try to check my magazine like I'm playing the Insurgency Sandstorm. Like, I just held R. That's technically for all the Euclid kids don't know Insurgency Sandstorm, but for those who are playing other more, I would say, well, for the not really like kid-friendly games, I was like trying to mag check. There we go. Oh, my God, I should have stopped this thing. Obviously, there's always a few dudes in the windows, but as long as I take cover, I'm fine. Reload, top off. It's fine if our Humvee goes away. Let me check right left. See, what's the dude over there? Get this dude. Tapped him, so let's go full auto now. Very sneaky. What we could do is use NVGs, so now we can go NVGs, see? I'll change it up and use NVGs. Pretty good. My ammo. What we could do is be sneaky. Well, obviously turn off your thing. And do this. Shoot him through the windows. You don't have to push in. Hit him in the arm. We're gonna move in. Make sure you don't hit the civilian. I actually almost hit him. Make sure he exits it correctly. There we go. There's always a dude right here too. Make sure you don't hit the civilian too. Make sure these guys get out properly so they don't get in the way. There you go. Because I don't know why, but the civilians sometimes do get a little buggy. The flashlight on an accident. Turn that off. Top off the health. Doing all lefts. This is pretty much routine. The reason why I was running with my gun out, well, obviously make sure these guys get out properly. Obviously, if you're inside, you're not rushing, you can run your gun out. If you're knowing there's baddies, so what we do. This dude. Oh. Nice. Okay. Every single one of them. Just went down. Spray into the horde. All these guys can see us because they have their backs turned out. This guy can see us. We get all of them. Load up. Okay, since he disappeared, I'm gonna assume that they got him up. Obviously, there's certain times when you use NVGs. One of the times you don't use NVGs is obviously indoors like this with this light, because they can mess you up. Also, be careful on that your this ammo trap doesn't get glitched, doesn't flip over or something, because sometimes it can. This thing can flip over and mess you up, or if it falls off the building. Because technically the best spot for it is upstairs. But technically it'd be better if it's inside, but you know, that's where the airdrop comes in. So just make sure to check for your ammo box. Make sure that if it's not up there, you can best assume that it probably fell down and it flipped over, and sometimes I would say that it's better for you to reset this area and then come back so you can have the ammo box sit upright. So now we got for 20k XP, so we need to do double the work. But the benefit of that is that we can get better NVGs, I think. I need to look. I didn't take a good look, but we can probably get better NVGs. Which is nice. Okay, we have the trucks. Obviously, I think the wave's kind of mixed up, but we're gonna wait for the trucks to settle. I'll take out the guy from the right. These guys out first. So, peek right. After reloading. Aim for the heads too. You want to be really careful. You don't rush out here and you just pick these guys off the head. Aim for the head. As you can see, you can tube tap them because we're at close range. Okay. Because they don't see us. Because as long as their back is turned, you're fine. We'll be real conservative to aim for their heads, like that. I always like to aim for their heads. It's easier. Do that. That's all of them. It's easy as that. A lot of people like to dramatize it, that it's really hard, but it's not too bad. Obviously, I can understand you have like a very slow PC, but as long as you know the positioning and how the AI works, you can technically you have the upper hand, like there, as you can see there. Even if you're outnumbered, you just gotta play it smart. That's the helicopter shooting at someone. Unless that's a friendly. That's a friendly helicopter. Someone's trying to, yeah. I think what they're trying to do is want to try to shoot down the helicopter from a range. Someone's firing the Department of Electric, or Electronics, or whatever it's called, at the department, which is all the way over there, very far. It's past Rongrad and Mountain Base. It's actually past Mountain Base, so if you guys want to know where that is. The dude might actually try to hit him from range with the minigun, but which I have done before. It's a very effective tactic, but it's time consuming though, because he doesn't kill it very instantly. You know, if I had a 50 round mag, that's how you take down a helicopter without the need of help of others. Exploit its hitbox. I'm pretty sad because I never encountered the helicopter again in Mountain, and the Mountain was a pretty good place for the helicopter, I'd say. I think they removed it because some people didn't like it, but I think it was a good place for farming for the helicopter because they gave you a lot of money. But they removed it, so I don't know what to say there. I actually did try to see if I can get it. Like I stood there for like a few waves, and the helicopter never came, so I just gave up. I think technically we can get our 50 round bags, but I'm gonna try to capitalize on this since we're alone and get as much as we can. Someone's doing some role playing. Okay, this is the paratroopers. We're gonna let him come in through here. I'm not gonna try to shoot him through the head. Left, so they're only 4, so they're gonna come through here actually, if I'm correct. If they continue walking, unless they're gonna get over there, but there we go. Got them with the spray. Fill up because their bodies didn't disappear yet. Oh, there it is. Almost got me too. I always sometimes I forget about the sniper up there. So if there's a paradrop in desert, don't forget to check up there, like, because the dude did get me a couple of times because I wasn't paying attention. I wonder where he is. He stands right on top of here, this exact spot right there. Be sure to check for the sniper, because the sniper does do a lot of damage Not very fast, but it does a lot of damage. So, and it can mess you up. And plus, I don't think your character flinches too much, too. So sometimes you won't even notice compared to the ones firing the 8K, which you will know. And plus, it's using a suppressor, so. All right, I'm back. Sorry about the pause. I went to go get a drink of water. Oh, my back. Been doing some work, but. All right, so these guys came in, so we're gonna do these guys up. This. This. The wall. Okay, there's some people coming in because I thought it was Chinook. So arm them. I want to do this. I'll do this quick when they come in. Don't panic if they see you, because if they see you, they see you. Just tap them in the head. There's a Chinook over there, and they're landing, so. Heads. Oh. There we go. Solve them. Oh, I gotta fix my mic. But obviously there are people coming, so we gotta be aware of that. Oh, the dude's up here. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's gonna try to land on top of one of the rooftops when the helicopter comes in. Oh, that's my Jeep. But someone landed over there. So we're gonna take cover. Don't stay on the roof when the helicopter comes. A very bad spot. Stay indoors where there's cover. Or where you can exploit his hitbox. Technically, you can exploit his hitbox anywhere as long as you know how to use. As long as the cover isn't too bugged and you can shoot. Him. I like the camp area here because you have these bars and these things will also count as something blocking. So I also like to use it. Helicopters come in. Okay, he's shooting at someone. So what we're gonna do is crouch right here. It's my favorite spot, but I think he's facing the other direction. Yep, so we're gonna bait him. So you just bait him if he's not facing your direction. And everyone back there is not gonna hit him. They're gonna do too much damage. They're not shooting cockpit. Okay. So we're gonna bait him again. You don't have to worry too much about him hitting you, but we need to bait him. If he isn't facing you, you gotta bait him like that. Also, these guys do damage. But I will see how much cash I got. See. If you see that 500 means you did all the damage. How the thing calculates on damage for money and XP is how much damage you dealt. So the more damage you deal compared to everyone else, you get the most money. So obviously I did more than those guys over there. I think I heard like 1 or 2 shots, but I don't think this thing did a lot of damage. I'll stay here until these guys come in because these guys want to farm here, so I think I'll do the nice thing and just wait out until they get inside, and then I think I'll hold out one more after that, then I'll head back and see what I can get. See, these guys are coming in. Don't run with your gun out like them. Don't run out with your gun out like them. I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's just waiting for them to spawn. I think next one's paratroopers, so we gotta wait. Yep, there they are. I remember the sniper this time. Oh my god, I'm so slow. Oh shit. It's a bad spot. Because I hit Z. And turned my flashlight on accident. Oh, this dude over here. So Missing a few. Oh, one more. Oh, got him. There's no more. I think that guy's a new player because he doesn't know. Which is fine. You'll learn that when they're gone. I need meds. Everything. I'll hold out for one more wave. Then I'll let this guy deal with the helicopter himself. Well, actually, no, we'll stay here for the helicopter, then we'll head back with the money and try to get some stuff. Buy some stuff. I don't know why this sound bugs like this, but obviously the NVGs are really good. I don't like to wear these KFS or Alton helmets just because it doesn't have NVG capabilities, and it's just for merely more for cosmetics than it actually helping. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pick this. Capitalize on the money. This guy, currently this guy's not gonna even push. He's not gonna push. I'm gonna turn off that. Turn off my flashlight. Yep, that's all. Oh, nope. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. There we go. Got him. Alright. See, it's not too hard. A lot of people say it's hard, but in reality, it's not really that hard for me. You just gotta wait for the helicopter. Obviously, you got more people here, so obviously, I'm not too excited about the help for it, but you know, I've shared the XP and money for them if they want to. A lot of these guys, yeah, these guys paid to play. He bought them all this stuff. I think he's lagging out or something, but I don't know. I see that yeah, that's a weird tank combination, but that's a new. I can tell that's a new. Wait, let me see. I want to see his helmet. That's an X-Fill. I think that's an S-Fill or one of the MIC. No, that's an X-Fill because the MIC has like these ear covers. These ear protection covers right here, protect your ears. I think that's an X-Fill. So he's had some experience. So what I'm gonna do is peek right. This guy. Wait for the helicopter to stop. Don't rush it. Don't do what he's doing. Up a little bit so we can okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset because I got most of the money. What matters is I got most of the money. The dude on stairs did help a little bit. So we got the money needed, so there's some people there, so we're gonna move to a different spot. Let's try our hand at them. Let's try a different spot, because I think trying both village and desert too much is going to board you guys. So 50 rounds, we got him, but we won't be needing them for this trip. We're gonna go to the mines, and we need to be somewhat mobile. So that's why I'm not having the 50 rounds. 50 rounds are good for farming, but the penalty on it. It's a little too much for me. This is a little cheap, so we'll get the flashlight. It can help a little bit. And obviously we can change helmets. We got enough for the exfil, which the exfil does look pretty cool. The fast or the exfil. Fast is a little bit more expensive. And technically speaking, I like the exfil more, so let's buy the exfil. I know not to spend too much money on cosmetics, but this is for you guys, so you guys don't get bored. The earmuff is too expensive, I'm not gonna buy them. So, obviously since we got that, so technically this is technically our go-to gun at this point. So technically if we need to like go, like, this is, if we need to do some heavy farming or something, this is our go-to gun, but what we really need to work on is like a long-range weapon, and that weapon that I want to, or like a more heavy-hitting weapon, so that weapon will have to be the Scar. It's a very cheap, heavy-hitting weapon, so that's our next objective to get. So, cause the Scar is really good for Ronograd. It's like a budget weapon. Very good and cheap. So, yeah. I'm not gonna buy these vests because I'm gonna get addicted and want to pimp it out. So that's why I'm sticking with this one. Obviously, I can change the color of it, but I like the black. Okay. I think we are good. Let's go to mines. It's almost daytime, so I think it's almost daytime. I don't see the moon. Unless the sun's just setting, but we are gonna spend the extra cash on the dressing because it's gonna be a long-range fight, and we gotta make sure we got the health for it. Now what we need to do is get this one. Make sure people don't jump into my house. Don't make sure you don't randomly jump into your vehicle. You're trying to farm. I know it sounds a little mean, but you got, if you're trying to like make as much like the money for your buck, you gotta be a little bit mean to get what you need, because you can't always be too nice. Being too nice can obviously won't get you, like, won't advance you as far as you want to. So you gotta be a little mean and knowing when you can let people in or not. But obviously this is just a road to 5 stars, so obviously it's in the rules. Obviously, I'll post the rules in every one of these videos in my description, so for anyone who just randomly finds one and they see it, they can read it and they can understand why I'm ignoring these people, because I'm trying to set an example on how to, the most, I guess you can say, efficient way to farm. And the best way to do is actually by yourself, because all these areas you can clear by yourself. Even Ronograd. Ronograd you can clear by yourself. You just gotta know how to conserve ammo and knowing when to be aggressive. So okay, there's some people here, so we won't be going here. Let's try our hands at departments. I think there's some people there, but we'll give our hand at it. We could technically try for Ronograd, but I don't think it's happening yet, and I prefer to have a high-powered rifle like a Scar, because that rifle is just, it just has a bigger punch. And it's just generally better for distance fighting. M4 is really good for the close quarters and for like medium to close quarters, but a Scar in the battle rifle, the Scar, it's just generally better at the more distance fighting zone. What we're gonna do is jump off this ledge, because we don't want to aggro those guys over there. So follow the road, and also if you are traveling to department on road on like an EPC or something, be careful. The road is really rough, so don't get your vehicle stuck. I have gotten my vehicle stuck before, but if it's like a Humvee or a Jeep, you won't really have much of a problem, because they have better acceleration. But for like a APC, you can't get stuck, so keep moving. If you are going to park beside these roads, try to park on like a flat area like this right here, so you can get a start up. Because platinum, don't fall. Because platinum 5 didn't really do too good of a job for the angle driving up here. They did for the back area over there because a lot of people, it's a high traffic area, but the apartments, it's kind of like a low, like no one goes there. So if you want like fast XP, I guess you can kind of go over here, but it's not too good for like money farming. There's technically an Easter egg over here. Okay, this is secure Ronograd. Alright. Okay, road's getting a little better. As you can see, the road's pretty rough, so. Let's see if anyone's over here. I think there are some people over here, yes. So. A lot of these spots are occupied. What I actually might try to do is I might want to scale mountain. So let's try to scale mountain from the ground. I've never done it before, but I'll try it. Because all these places are occupied, and mountain seems like a good spot to get that money. It won't be as fast as efficient like without having a helicopter, but it's nice to have. Oh, it's gonna fall in the water. So we jump in. So what we need to do is we need to go first person. Alright, so now we're gonna do a long hike up there, so obviously I'm gonna have to hope and pray that someone has a helicopter and comes over and pick me up. Technically in the rules I can be distracted by any way. Like if I need to like go back to base I can. So technically that's not playing with them. That's technically like their only thing helping me is just getting back to base. So technically I can take a ride if I want to. But I just can't jump into them randomly. Yeah, someone's up there, so. Okay, so technically we're at the spot here. So first things first, take out the sniper. This is my favorite spot on to fly on my helicopter. The land, you position your helicopter on one of these trees right here. You get stuck, wedged it, you jump out so it doesn't like roll down, and you pick these guys off. But obviously that guy got those, so technically take out those guys. You can take if you scare that guy off. You take out those guys over there. You scare this guy off. If possible, try to kill him. But technically, you don't have to worry too much for these guys, because what we're really here for is the bags. The next thing you want to do is go over here. He's over there with his buddy. If possible, try to take this guy out. Yeah, a few hits in. Okay, reload. I'm assuming it's gonna take this guy out. Two guys in here? Nope. Okay, get this guy, the sniper on top. Make sure he dies. So he's gonna pick you guys off. It's time to heal. Okay. Grab ammo first. Those guys are those guys. I'm gonna go do like a wide flank. Reload. Those guys did some heavy bullet damage. Okay. I literally hoofed it all the way up. Dressing a little faster. If these guys are smart, they would go and come over here. See, these guys are nice enough to let me jump in. There you go. Yeah, it's this helicopter. helicopter, so. Okay. At least these guys are nice enough to let me ride with them, so. Generally, on mountain, you don't have to be too stingy on the helicopter rides. Because, technically, you're all here for, like, one thing, which is the bags. And so it's technically fine to jump into someone's random helicopter at mountain, because you're all trying to return back to return. So technically, if they get there, they can just get their own vehicle and leave. We are going to find some cool from here. You guys are doing some mountain runs, so don't bother. Just drop that. Oh, he crashed right in. Oh no, he didn't. I thought I saw him crash, but he pulled up. This guy knows the line where landed there. So what we can do is repel once it gets a little lower. Won't get stuck in the ground. There we go. Don't get stuck in the ground. Some extra cash, so what we're gonna do is reset. I'm actually going to end the video off here because I think we made some good progress. We got our first star. We continue off for the next episode, but just before I end the video, I'm gonna go on loadouts and see what I can get. So obviously we can't get the Scar H. Reason why I don't suggest the AK-74 because you can't mod it out as much as the M4, so that's the reason why. Don't buy the shotguns. Technically shotguns are good, but not for this situation that we need. UMP is also really good too if you want to try your hand at it, but I won't recommend it buying SMGs this early. I won't really recommend buying a suppressor either. We want to feel sneaky, you can. What can I get? I can get the Browning. Yeah, let's get this one. Browning deals with more damage. Browning's the last thing I would need to deal with, but I want to have something a little bit better than a Glock. There we go. See, we're kidding out. We're actually having a good loadout. So we're actually having a pretty decent loadout. Like, this is technically, I would say, somewhat of a loadout to run with. Obviously, if you want, I would say I could buy more of these, but I'm not really too interested in it. So for now, I'll just rock with the black PMC until I get bored of it, and I will change it for you guys. But you know, that's kind of it for this video. We'll continue next episode, but we got a lot done today. We got our first star, which is really important because we were able to get the NVGs we needed. We are able to mod out our guns more so they look nicer, and because we got some stuff for night fighting, we were able to we also decked out our character a little bit more so it's not too mundane and boring for you guys to watch, just me playing as an SAS over and over again. So now this is my black PMC. So that's kind of it for this video. We got a lot done today, I would say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.